As committed, I am going to talk and keep on giving you updates about the Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh case, about the sexual offense, sexual harassment allegations of the wrestlers. I'm going to keep you updated on this particular case. Now, as on today, Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh's lawyer, Mr. Rajiv Mohan, he argued that if we take these allegations, Indian jurisdiction only lies in 3 of these allegations. The offence committed outside India cannot be tried by the courts in India due to the lack of sanction under. 2 offences are related to Ashoka Road and Siri Fort. Offences in Siri Fort is only hugging. Touching a woman without criminal force or sexual intent is not offence, he said. He went on to add that wrestling is such an event. Mostly coaches are males. Female coaches are rare. If a coach, out of joy after an achievement, is hugging a player, it can't fall under the category of offence. The event is such, and if a male coach hugs a player out of anxiety, it is not an offence. Okay, so now there is a new argument. The argument is that, listen, you know what? Out of most of the cases, it all happened abroad. So how can, it is not in the Indian jurisdiction, India's court's jurisdiction. It is all happened abroad except for 2 cases. So when the event has happened abroad, when the act has happened abroad, how can Indian court take cognizance to it? How can India court decide on it? Acha. See, I want to ask, as a layman, I want to ask a simple question. Okay? If a flight takes off from Mumbai and after it crosses the Indian waters, if that flight is hijacked and say taken to Afghanistan, God forbid, you mean Indian courts do not have the jurisdiction to try those kidnappers if they are caught? It is Indian public, Indian aircraft that was hijacked. So the Indian courts do not have jurisdiction? What kind of law is he talking about? So that's number 1. Number 2, he says that touching a woman without criminal force or sexual intent is not an offence. He says mostly the coaches are men and sometimes in anxiety they come and hug. So that is not an offence. I want to ask this question to the Minister of Women and Child. I want to ask this question to Miss Smriti Irani. You see, is she accepting this? Why is she not voicing against this? I mean, if she feels that one MP throwing flying kiss is misogyny, but somebody who is hugging somebody and somebody who says that touching a woman without criminal force or sexual intent is not an offence is okay. She is not talking a word about it. How fair is that? How fair is that? So is right and wrong based on which side of the political spectrum you stand? Is that how it's going to be now? See, she is a minister. Miss Irani is a minister. She is not a common person. So can she have one standard for one kind of people who are our political opponent and another stand for people who are part of our political party? Is that how it's going to be? So this is what this is what the lawyer, are arguing in the court. You decide what is right and what is wrong, and the fact remains that I feel appalled. I feel appalled by such kind of argument that if it has happened abroad, if the sexual harassment happened abroad, so then there is no jurisdiction. So who will decide then? The courts in that particular country? Who will decide? So Indian contingent, he is not gone there as a tourist. He is not gone there as a with a working visa. He is gone there as a representation of India, with the Indian team. So who is going to which court will have the jurisdiction? These are all things that is diverting the case. These are all things that is trying to take the case to another direction. And the worst thing is the man in question is free. He has not been arrested. With the kind of clout that he has, which we are seeing now, the kind of clout that he has with the ruling dispensation, can't he change the witnesses? Can't he change can't he tamper with the evidence? Can't he threaten witnesses? Can't he do that? I am not saying he will, but can't he? Think about it. And if he does, what happens to justice? What a travesty. Till I see you next time with more updates, take care.